Chapter 24. Trees, plants, shrubs, flowers, and all things that make up your plant life are also now being abused and not treated well, as is what you grow for food. Man is destroying the fields and crops with what he uses in order to give people perfect food and plants. Plant life is being destroyed slowly by the man-made chemicals used to make these things so perfect. No one now wants anything unless it is perfect, and in this search for perfection, man is destroying what he already has. Disease is rife in your world and growing daily. Many now are unable to be treated properly, and this is because of man's meddling in affairs he has no right to meddle in. Your water is being slowly contaminated. Your food and the animals you eat are all being treated badly and affected by mankind and the chemicals he uses in his search for bigger, better, and more perfect. Greed again is the reasoning behind all of this. Greed is the key to most of what befalls the people of your world. It is behind most things that go wrong. Have you not seen how many of you are now sick and ill with things that were not once commonplace amongst you? The growth of these things is due to what you eat and what is on it or in it. Animals are fed things that should not be fit for human consumption. The care of these animals is also being compromised in this search for perfection. All creation is already perfect, and that which is malformed is for a reason. Not all can be perfection as man sees it or wants it to be. By searching for everything to be as man wants it to be, he is saying that all his Creator made is not right, or that he knows better than the one who created it all. Everything man needs is already there if he but knew where to find it. Some of this has already been discovered by you, but the diseases which you now seek to cure and illnesses that kill are created by man due to the way he lives and things he has created that are not natural. The things that are now killing your people that were not once of this world of yours have been created by those men who search in places and create things man should not be creating. They are now trying to be God, and already they are meddling in God's affairs as they try to create human life, and they fiddle with animals and do things that are not for man to do. Does he not realise by doing these things he is heaping more disasters onto you all? Do they not realise that no matter what they do or say, they are now able to create life, that it's a lie? They may be able to create something from tests they do and put together, but those things they use to put them together cannot be created by man. They are already there for him to use. This then is not man creating human life. It is man just helping along what is already there, yet claiming it for himself. Why does mankind have to claim so much of what is God's doing for themselves? We wish for every living person who reads these words of us to understand what it is we're telling them. Enough of this nonsense. It's now time it all stopped. Science is good. To seek for solutions to problems is good. But when man interferes with the natural order of things is when he goes too far. It is these people as well, my friends, who are responsible for many of the diseases and illnesses now in your world that are killing and afflicting so many. They have done wonders with medicines they have created to help with other disease. But then they create other things that in turn create more disease where there was none. Man does not know where to stop, and this is his problem. Men of science who say there is no more but themselves and mankind spend their lives trying to prove we do not exist. They say that no life after leaving your world exists. How foolish are they for such intelligent men? How can one with such a wonderful brain that was given to them to use for good purposes be so stupid? They were given gifts that were not given in order to help mankind, animals, and even the planet he lives on, and yet he abuses those gifts by using it not just for good, but for bad things also. The reason for this is because they get carried away with what it is they can do, and they never know where to leave things be. We sigh at the things people of your world do, so much goodness, but then so much that is bad. The world as you know it to be now is to cease to exist in time to come, and this will be at the hands of man, as well as at the behest of the one who created it all. Once before, there was a people who were very advanced in their technology and the things they had discovered, but they too did not know when to stop, and they destroyed themselves, just as this race of people is doing also. There have been many changes over the years since your world was created, as you already know, and more are yet to come before the end times and days. So many say this is now. It is not, and it is not for any of you to know when that time will be. So many think they're the ones to tell you they know of these things, yet they do not. The one who writes this for us knows not either. It is not for any one of your world to know this. Even we do not know this thing, but we are able to say it is not now. And it will not be in your lifetime. There will be many changes though, and that does not mean things cannot change drastically. Just because the end of your world is not near does not mean things can't be changed in the blink of an eye, for this is what will happen. Many places are to change in the blink of an eye. As with cities and places that were once of your world that disappeared before, so too will some areas of your world now follow as natural disasters at the behest of God's will are to occur, and they will change the face of the earth. Much to come, and some, as we say, will be in your time and others not. There is to be more and more of this to happen, as the skies will drop what they are full of onto your earth, and some of what this is will not be as you expect. It is not rain that will come from the skies, but will be of something else. This in turn will cause more problems for the parts of the world where this happens. There will be repercussions of much that is to come, as one thing leads into another in various parts of your world. Already you've seen some of this occur, but we tell you now, what you have seen is nothing compared with what is to come. Parts of the world are to totally disappear in the blink of an eye, while more is to appear as from nowhere. Much animal and human life to be lost, as will plant life and creatures of the air, land and seas. Nothing can be done to stop this now, as the things that have brought this about have already been done. Air travel and space travel is one of those things also to have brought some of this about. The way men of science play at things they should leave well alone. The immorality of people and how they live today, as well as the badness and evil that's crept into your world steadily. So much is wrong today that this book alone cannot fill enough pages with the misdeeds that each of you has done. We are saddened to tell you all about these things, although it is only what you have all been told before, but so many now of your world have not listened and laugh at those who tell them. We have to also tell you of those who profess to be so religious and to keep God's word, yet are too forceful with what they say and do, as well as how they behave. They say they know God better than anyone and live his life daily without ever going against him. Well, we can tell you also now that these people too are to blame for pushing many away from him rather than bringing them to him. There is such imbalance of much of your world today, and this too is one of the ways things are so troubled. There are many who do not believe in anything apart from what they see and can touch. There are others that have blind faith and believe as they were asked to believe. And then there are the ones, dear friends, who become extremists in all they do. These are the most dangerous people in the world of religion, for they are the ones who do not follow the one true path, but who are following their own. We tell you now that no one who follows God or his path of light would behave as these people do. Anyone who forces themselves or their beliefs on another living being in a way that pushes them further from it is not doing good. It matters not if this is their faith, religion, or any other interest in life where this happens. The results will speak for themselves. Do your actions push people further from what it is you preach under the guise of being good, or do they bring them closer? We're not talking here of those who spread their lies or deceit to draw people into their webs. We're talking of those who cause violence, bloodshed, or any extreme behaviour with vile words spoken to or about another, all in the name of goodness. Do not do deeds in this world of yours and say it is in God's holy name, if it's to cause any of these things we mention. They are not of him and never will be. God fights his own battles, and he uses people to speak for him and show his ways and laws. He does not ever use them to kill, maim, or be violent in any way towards another human being, be it by action or words. His words are enough to show mankind the error of his ways, and if any retribution is needed, it is God who will deliver it himself.